Lauren Boebert was kicked out of Beetlejuice, the musical. The thing about musicals is when they leave Broadway, or even when they are still on Broadway, but I think it's when they close, but maybe Beetlejuice is still open. I don't know.
It was like a national tour.
Yeah, I was on one of those years ago for Annie Get Your Gun when I was 11, and my mother went with me for like 3 months. We toured around the country. And then, in the real Annie Get Your Gun on Broadway, Gina Davis was the star. She was a movie star, and she played Annie Oakley. And then we had this woman who was like this Ethel Merman impersonator. And she was, the touring version of the musical often, it's a far fall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? On Broadway, a musical will have like Josh Groban, and then when it goes on tour around the country, it'll be like Joey Fatone. Like it's a apocalyptic fall in terms of the cast. But they didn't deserve this, whatever she was doing. She got kicked out of Beetlejuice, the musical, for causing a disturbance. She was in the theater, I think, vaping, talking. They cite an incident report it obtained in which representatives of the Buell Theater in downtown Denver say a group of people were asked to leave after vaping, singing, recording, causing a disturbance. Well, they were getting into it. She's a hillbilly. You got to let her get into it a little bit. She's a hillbilly. That's the thing. I don't really want to defend her here, but she is a hillbilly. And there is a culture they have. Right. And some of it is kind of singing along and vaping and stomping their feet and doing like ham bone and jug bands and stuff. I mean, this is not a woman who's like seeing shows at the West End of London or on Broadway. I mean, she's a hick. She's a straight up hillbilly. And I'm not saying that in a disrespectful manner, publicly. Privately I am, but I'm just saying like, this is who she is. That's her culture, is to kind of sing along and be a lad. She's a classless animal is what I mean. Like, so but I don't know. Was she being that disruptive? I don't know. I wasn't in the theater. She probably was. But that's the thing. She's unaware. Like, the only reason she's going to see any type of theater is because it's Beetlejuice. That's it. The only shows that Lauren Boebert would ever go see are movies she's seen before. She's never going to... She wasn't going to go see, like, The Ferryman on Broadway, the Jez Butterworth, the brilliant Sam Mendes thing that Gaffigan told me to see, and I saw 3 times. It was amazing. She's not going to go see Death of a Salesman, Lauren Boebert. She's not going to go see A View from the Bridge. She's not going to go see Shakespeare in the Park. She's not like, oh, Othello is playing? Let's go see Othello. She wants to see Beetlejuice. She's a hillbilly. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Beetlejuice, but there probably is. I haven't seen it. I'm guessing. I'm sure it's fun. I'm sure it's fun and goofy and silly. But that's the only theater. I almost side with her here. She's trying. Like, she's trying. She's a Waffle House employee. Yeah. She's a bartender. And don't hit me with the classist horse shit of like, well, she could still be brilliant. She ain't. She ain't. Yes, you could work at Applebee's and be a genius. You could. You'd not. Most likely. I'm guessing. Law of averages. She's a goon. Her and her husband beat the shit out of each other on their lawn. The cops come to the house. She's like Sarah Palin 3.0. She's getting divorced because they can't stop beating each other up. They can't stop, I don't know, smashing the windows of each other's cars out with fucking bats they find around. I mean, they're like a fun couple. The sex is probably really fun because then they attack each other with like weapons. You know that she's been barricaded in the bathroom. And then she goes and talks about family values and how important they are. And her kids are screaming and crying, Mommy! And he's like, I can't open this door. There's been a moment in her house where her kids are in their rooms. They're terrified. They're locked in their rooms. They're terrified. And they're screaming, and she's in the bathroom, and he's kicking the door, and he's like, open this fucking door. Open this fucking door. Make no mistake, that's her home life. Mm-hmm. That's her home life. She's probably thrown around, and for good reason. She's probably got a mouth on her. She's probably got a mouth on her, and for good reason, she's probably thrown around. Let's be honest. No, let's be very honest. Now, this is I often get into problems here on this show because I just speak extemporaneously. But she's got a mouth on her, and there's probably a reason she gets shoved in the kitchen. Mm. It's not a out of nowhere shoving, okay? When Lauren Boebert trips going down the back steps, it's not for no reason. She has a toxic mouth, and I am not, and I can't believe I have to say, it's amazing that I have any representation in this town because occasionally I have to say things like this. I am not defending hitting women, but Lauren Boebert is not getting shoved accidentally. She doesn't have to lock herself in the bathroom accidentally. She's not getting chased. When he chases her in a car, when her husband, I think his name's Jason, I forget, but when her husband gets in a car and he chases her around, okay, it's not by accident. She's a live wire. She's the problem. She insults him. She probably talks shit about his dick. I'm guessing. Because she's not going for like deep intellectual things, but that hurts him, man. You can't say shit about his dick. Can't talk about Jason Boebert's dick. Is it Jason Boebert?
Yeah.
Yes. So this woman, who again had to leave her house because of family values, and her mouth was getting her into, her mouth was, as a black older woman would say, her mouth was writing checks that she couldn't cash, right? Because Jason was probably, he had had enough of her. And she's probably like, I'm going to end up dead. I bet one day he looked at her and it was like full OJ eyes. Like, I'm going to cut your fucking head off and put it on a pike. And again, not for nothing, not for no reason. She was probably very inappropriate. And she said, I'm gonna die here. I gotta go. And she's just trying to go to Beetlejuice because she's a hillbilly. She's a hillbilly with a big mouth who brings whoopings on herself that she does kind of deserve. And she's also in Congress. Let's not leave that out. She's the elected representative of the state of Colorado. Whatever that means. But I have no interest in that. I only look at a character study. She is a saucy, sexy bartender who knows how to fuck. She knows how to get on a dick and ride it. She can make a man come, which is more than I can say for some of these squawking liberal birds up in the Northeast where all sex is death. I'm just saying, I'm not even having sex with women. I'm hearing it. People talk to me. They share things with me. So you get a little spicy hillbilly like Lauren Boebert, who's been fucking since she's 12. She's a real Southern carnival whore. And in a good way. It makes a man hard when a woman knows how to fuck and will fuck. She will suck a cock. She will get on her knees and she will suck a cock, and she doesn't care if you've showered. You don't need to shower. She likes a little spice. She can snap. Your eyes will roll back in your head. She knows how to fuck, but she's also got a mouth, and she's going to get you in jail. Those Northeastern cold liberal women will plot the destruction of your life for years, and then they'll take everything from you. You won't even know what happened. They'll just end up somewhere in a fucking bungalow in Florida, and you'll be in some apartment going, what the fuck happened? You won't even know. But Boebert, she's a spicy, saucy, dangerous woman who will make you kill her. She will not stop until you kill her. That's the type of lady she is. She's going to just say the wrong thing and you're going to want to kill her. And she's in Beetlejuice, just trying to have fun with her friends. Her friends are also puerile, white trash, garbage people. They have no education, they have no class, they have no distinction. But what I will say about them, they're probably all decent fucks, and they like drugs and alcohol. And you know what? I don't mind any of that. I can't do it anymore, but they're not hanging out with Lauren Boebert is not the least fun you will have. It is not the least fun you will have. Lauren Boebert, because she's all like, gay marriage's got to go, and there shouldn't be no abortions, and everybody and the Jews are running around fucking with everybody, and the moral code. But she'll get on her knees and suck your cock after she's done a line off of it. She's an old school fucking, like, you know, barmaid from dusk till dawn, get on the bar, vampiric whore, and that's important.